God, I mean, we're barely alive.
What about the iodine aloe vera? Do you soak it out, or?
No, I don't do anything. I just do it just like that. But the thing that you really have to be careful with aloe vera is the skin. Because if you get too much of the skin in there, let's say you fillet it wrong, you get a chunk of the skin in there, at about, like, you might be in the highway, right? The goat rodeo out there. World War III, right on the highways. And then all of a sudden it's like, uh-oh. You know, you ever been there? Then what happens? Off the next exit, and then it's like, you know, really, really ugly kinds of, like, you know, gas stations. Okay, coming down the pipe. Cucumber. I was on the Rosie O'Donnell show one time, or Roseanne, or one of those. I didn't even know which one it was, actually. I'm in the back room, I'm like, okay, talking about this show, I'm like, uh-oh, where am I? What am I supposed to be doing here? So then I'm on this, like, Roseanne or Rosie O'Donnell, one of these, and I'm thinking, okay, you know, I go, you know, when you're before one of these shows, you go through all the questions that could come up that could, like, you know, that could catch you. And one of them was like, oh my God, what if I forget her name? Well, you know, which one is it? I'll just say Rose. So we're going through this deal, and, you know, I'm telling her about raw food, and, you know, how great it is, and she's like, you know, okay, well, can you make a raw pizza? I'm like, yeah, you can make a raw pizza, raw lasagna, you know, raw coconut drinks, smoothies, superfood smoothies, blah, blah, blah. And she said, well, you know, how about a raw Viagra? So, you know, I'm thinking, you know, my mind's going, you know, like Jeopardy. I do, actually, if anybody's into game show hosting, I do want to become a game show host. Sign me up, I'll do it. Anyway, so I'm like, you know, it probably was a half a second, but in my mind it was 10 seconds. You know, that I look, a cucumber. Nobody got it. So I'm like, a cucumber. Total, like, dead silent in the audience. And everybody was just like, you know, like, just the joke bombed. There was an awkward silence that lasted an innumerable amount of time. I was like, one of those kind of things. And then she kind of saved me, and I was like, oh my God. But that was when I really realized what, you know, how bad the problem is, because the studio audience, actually at that moment I realized probably didn't even know what a cucumber was. That crossed my mind. I'm like, they don't know what a cucumber is. As crazy as that sounds, it's probably true. This food can save your butt. Why? Because you can eat it all day and it doesn't stimulate you. It doesn't send you too much this way and it doesn't send you too much this way. It's cool as a cucumber. People are generally overheated, right? The light turns and it's green for 1 second. Fuck you, buddy! Out of my way, right? What's that? Overheated. We're bombing whole nations. What are we bombing them for? Overheated, that aggressive, whatever. Cool as a cucumber. Right? George Bush, here, eat the cucumber. Chiefs of staff, eat the cucumber. Cool as a cucumber. What's that? This is great snack food, by the way, too. People are like, well, what, you know, I need fast food. Here it is. Cucumber. And they taste good, you know? It's like, it's a melon, but it has no sugar in it. What's the best thing for your kidneys? Cucumber. What's the #1 organ in Chinese medicine?
Cucumber!
Right. The next thing over here. Package, whatever. You guys seen this before? You heard about this? And it turns out that when there was that E. coli thing, or salmonella, or whatever that was, that actually had nothing to do with organic. They tried to blame the whole thing on the organic food industry. It turns out that it had nothing to do with organic food at all. It was some conventional produce that had E. coli on it.
Same thing with the NAIS. You know that one?
No.
National Animal Identification System.
Oh, where they want to microchip animals?
All animals on farms. And they're blaming, like they say, so they can track diseased animals. Well, diseased animals do not come from organic farms. They come from factory farming. The factory farmers are not going to be chipped. Thank you.
It's the best ever, and book Tale of Two Cities. Remember the first line of the book? It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It is exactly that right now. It is the best time ever to be alive, and here we go. Okay. Why is that? Because we're used to actually eating a huge amount of bulk of material that actually has nothing in it. Now, what about this kind of machine? Is that okay? And the answer is absolutely yes. This is one of the best things against candida known to humankind. Fresh aloe vera. Coconut water is that's what we also use that. Check it out. You can make like a pouch of all different kinds, and then in a year it's something like this.
It's the young coconuts though.
That's where we're going. It's really getting food that is most probably anything else, just as a first like wave of like getting your immune system like activated and going. The immune system is fed by this kind of stuff. Now we have technology, all the medicinal mushrooms right here, right? All this kind of stuff. We have a technology today that delivers this stuff at like pharmaceutical, nutraceutical grade. Streptomycin, what's that made of? That, because really it's never like that. It's always a lifestyle issue where you've got to plug in all the factors. Hydration, right kind of nutrient other people, right? Getting out of hate with your dad or your mom or anger or literally anything else just as a first. What's the #1 organ in Chinese medicine?
Cucumber!